So a good friend of mine, Ken, I don't know, remember my friend Ken? He does the same thing I do.
Yeah.
So he went to high school with Carl Hettinger's daughter. Do you remember Carl Hettinger?
No.
He was a survivor of the onion field.
Oh, okay, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I told him you had a little bit of business with Jimmy Lee Smith back in the Mariloma days.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
Yep.
What was he like?
He was a jerk. Yeah, he was just typical criminal. Yeah.
So you were at Mariloma then? You were doing your jailer time?
I was in the Hall of Justice
Oh, okay.
at the time because we had to have a jail inside of a jail
Yeah.
inside of a jail.
Where was that at?
Hall of Justice.
Oh, downtown.
Yeah, when he was down there.
So that guy was pretty well.
You had one deputy in the middle of the jail, and then you had another one on the outside in the other jail.
Wow.
And all he would ever say is, because we'd have to let him out of his cell to walk the corridor for exercise, 1 hour a day. And all he would say to you is, "I'm going to kill you."
Really?
Yeah. And I says, "You'll go first."
Wow.
Jimmy Lee Smith, and who was his other partner?
I can't remember the other guy. Who the other guy died, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Jimmy Lee Smith was paroled back in.
Right.
Yeah. And then he on a heroin bust that busted his parole. He went back and he died in prison.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was back in the 60s, obviously, because you started in 62, so that had to be right around then, right? Because that crime happened in the 50s, right? The onion
I'm
field?
not sure now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Wait a minute, just a second. They got popped in West Hollywood, the two of the criminals that were together. And they didn't, the West Hollywood or LAPD didn't realize who they were at the time. Yeah, it was really weird. A lot of memories.
Yeah. So that was kind of odd driving by South I-5 the other day. You recognize that area.
Where were you?
Remember when we were going south on I-5?
Oh, on Bakersfield?
Yeah, you remembered that.
The Union Field.
So Wamba, Joseph Wamba, how long did it take for him to write that book?
It was quite a while.
Really?
It really was. But hell of a book.
Yeah, then a movie.
Yeah, and movie. That was good. You could probably get the movie right now.
Yeah, we'll watch it maybe.
Yeah.
Oh man. So Jimmy Lee Smith, kind of a unusual cat, I bet.
One of them, one of the cops, was a bagpipe player and a Scotchman.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So my friend Ken, my good friend Ken Perry, yeah, he went to school with Carl's daughter, and he said she was pretty jacked up because he was jacked up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the survivor of it, the cop that survived
Yeah.
and made it out of the onion field.
Yeah.
Ken said he was that family was kind of screwed up forever.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. One of them, I can't remember, the one that survived.
Carl Hettinger.
Yeah.
Hettinger.
Went to work as another police officer. I can't remember where. It was somewhere in that area.
But not LAPD?
No, it wasn't LAPD.
Wow.
And he had a lot of mental problems. And finally, what he ended up doing is doing a lot of petty theft,
Oh, really?
hoping to get caught.
Wow.
You know, because he wanted out of the business, and it was one of those things. Well, after all I've been to, I just can't quit. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that was kind of a wild story.
Yeah, man.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
All right. Well, yeah, he wanted me to ask you about that.
Mm. Well, tell him that's all I know right now.
Okay,
That's
man.
all I remember.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.